Hello, Claws and Variants, and welcome. Today we're going to go over my thoughts on what things that I'm fairly certain will be part of DEADROP Snapshot 6, and those that are also just speculation. So first off, we'll start with the one thing that we're fairly certain is confirmed for Snapshot 6, and that is Space Bob. And the reason I say that is because we see an image of him at the end of the Snapshot 5 variant guide, and historically the last image we get is a teaser for what is to come in the next snapshot. This being said, we can confidently say that Bob will be included in Snapshot 6. Now going off of this, there is something that Robert Bowling, aka 402, said during his Snapshot 5 AMA, and what he said was that Space Bob would be an NPC that would be interactable with in the hideout. So this could also mean that we could get at least part of the hideout, or an iteration of the hideout back in Snapshot 6. With the inclusion of Space Bob, we could also be looking at the possibility of getting some simple early game tasks or quests that help with the progression system and testing that out as well. The next big feature that is rumored and seemingly highly expected for Snapshot 6 is the inclusion of AI, specifically the first iteration of the Cleaners, or AI enemies that will be infesting the tower waiting to get the jump on us. Another thing that points to the possible inclusion of these AI enemies also comes from the AMA with 402. When questioned on AI, he specifically stated multiple times that they were already in the playtesting stage, as well as stating other stages that they had already passed, such as how they move around, what aggravates them, as well as stating that they have moved towards the later stages of AI development, where they're trying to give AI their personality and life. He also stated that AI is very close but could not say when. All of this leads me to heavily believe that we will be encountering our first iteration of AI enemies in the tower at the launch of Snapshot 6. And me personally, I think this is a great thing, as having this inclusion of AI could help alleviate some of the pain of having a lower player count on a constant basis, as even if we weren't fighting other claws in the tower, at least we would have some form of combat to run around and practice and get a feel for the game. Now for some of the smaller things we may be seeing, I believe one will be changes to the movement mechanics, such as eliminating the auto mantle, which have plagued many of our runs in the tower, claiming our lives and sending us to our sins or even back to the stash. Another change we could see to movement, the infinite slide. This may or may not be gone. We really haven't had any official word on this outside of they have confirmed with what we already knew, that it is an unintended feature and it is technically exploiting. Another big change we need to see when it comes to the movement mechanics of the game comes down to looting. When you're looting and you try to move, you are stuck in that screen. And even if you manage to get out of the looting screen, when you try to move, the first time you press the key, you don't move at all. You have to completely take your hands off the keys and then press them again to even move. You have no momentum coming out of it, and it honestly just feels bad when you get stuck looting and you get killed because of it. So we really need to see something along the lines of maybe the sprint key overriding the looting system and taking you out of it. Or at the very least, if we don't see something like that, which I'm fine if we don't see something like that, I understand that looting is a position that makes you vulnerable. But we at the very least need to see that once we exit the looting system, we are able to move again. Because it is baffling that I have to exit the looting system and then press W, but I press W and I'm not moving, so I have to take my fingers completely off the keys and then repress them just to be able to move. It is honestly just a really bad feeling, and me personally, it gets me killed, and I know a lot of other people that get frustrated when it happens because it gets them killed too. So it's something we're all dealing with currently that hopefully in Snapshot 6 we won't have to worry about anymore. And honestly, these small little quality of life changes could make a huge difference in the game. Other developments we may see in Snapshot 6 could also be new weapon animations, weapon balancing, and possibly even some more gadgets. Possibly different types of grenades that we haven't seen yet. We could get new healing items that heal us more but take longer. Maybe we'll be able to move while healing. We'll probably get some other gadgets. We know there's a wingsuit in the works. There's all sorts of things that they have planned. So we could see just about anything that would fall into the gadgets category for the game. Another thing that we will definitely be seeing is we'll be seeing some bug patches and general stability improvements. That's pretty much a given for any update for any game. And one other thing definitely to be on the lookout for with Snapshot 6 is going to be a complete wipe. It seems very probable that everything will be reset and we'll be starting from scratch just like we did at the start of Snapshot 5. We're not all going to have level 3 armor and decked out snipers and weapon mods. We're all going to be starting from ground zero. It's going to put us all at a level playing field, at least as far as the gear category goes. But yeah, expect a wipe. And with that, I think all of this is a good overview of what could potentially be coming in DEADROP Snapshot 6. So tell me what you think of the video in the comments below, and like always, I'll see you in the tower.